been a year since we had last EMC course in Astad. What are your impressions after coming back to Poland after a year?
Well, after 1 year, I'm older, and the audience looks younger, and the audience is very enthusiastic. I have to say, sometimes the audiences here are very quiet, and they're thinking and they're studying very hard. This group, very enthusiastic, lots of questions, people designing military electronics, high-speed digital electronics, all sorts of different products, and they're very eager to learn, and they show a lot of enthusiasm. So as a teacher, it's just a pleasure.
Oh, that's good. We both know that EMC is really important. And what would you suggest to hardware engineers who need to reduce cost and make savings in EMC-related areas?
Yeah, for engineers doing working on EMC and hardware, a lot of us, most normal electrical engineers don't work full-time in EMC. And so they don't get a lot of practice in troubleshooting noise problems, or at least even making basic measurements. So I think the first step in gaining experience with good EMC design techniques and solutions is to practice, is to get some low-cost tools, an oscilloscope with a good FFT, some handheld probes, some current probes, and practice making measurements in systems that they know work well, that have good noise performance, and get used to making these measurements so that when it comes to looking at a new problem, they're used to swinging the hammer and cutting the wood and measuring things. They get comfortable with the tools so that the process of making the measurement is about learning about what's going on instead of learning about how to use the tool and to interpret the result. So getting some hands-on practice with simple measurements, I would really recommend that.
Okay, thank you. Today it seems that the demand for military electronics is rising and become more and more important. What advice would you give to hardware engineers designing military electronics?
Yeah, it's kind of sad in some way that military electronics are becoming more important. That's kind of a statement about the world. But it's a very important career, and people can make a huge contribution to their countries and to the world. Military electronics has the design of military systems. There's a lot of complex requirements that a lot of people will never see in circuit board design of consumer products or regular high-speed digital electronics. So first thing I would do is recommend is find a mentor. Find someone at your company who has been doing hardware design for military electronics for some amount of time. There are so many unique and difficult requirements that you probably will never see in school. And when you find out about these requirements, even if you try to learn on your own, the motivation, the reason for some of these requirements, whether they're in the military standards or they're part of your company's requirements or your customers' requirements, it may not be clear what is the motivation, why are we doing things that way, and it's a whole special world. I would find a technical mentor, a technical teacher who can help explain to you why the specific EMC requirements are what they are, and particularly what's unique about them. They're most similar to automotive noise requirements. So somebody moving from automotive to military or military to automotive, many of the EMC requirements are quite similar. But coming right out of school or coming from the commercial world to the military electronics world, you really need someone with experience to help teach you.
Thank you for your time, and I hope we will see you next time also here in Astad.
Thank you, Marcin.
With the new Kurs.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being here. The course attendees are so well taken care of. They enjoy their time here. They get social events during the evening. If they're not happy, I don't know why, because everything is given to them here so well. So thank you for hosting again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.